When we're in the lesson How to Program, we are taught a little bit about algorithms and how those are just a series of steps that you're going to complete to do some sort of process, right? Like if we're going to get this item, we need to actually know the item name, the location, and where we're going to put it back, right? We need to open the item container, right? If it's a cupboard or a shelf. We need to grab the item. We need to set the item down in its new location. And then we need to close the location that we got it from, right? So this is a pretty common example of how you need to write code, right? And when we see this, how to make this peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right? We need to first define, right, what is our definition of done, right? There's a peanut butter sandwich in front of you on a plate. There's no remaining mess from the construction of the sandwich, and all the ingredients are put away in their places, right? So you always need to know, what is my definition of done? What is it exactly that I'm working towards to consider this done or working, right? And then we need to create this series of formal steps that lead to a repeatable operation. So anyone who doesn't know what a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is or how to make one would be able to read this set of instructions very clearly and know how to do so, right? And you might think, hey, there are a lot of kind of crazy semantics like, getting the tools out and closing the drawers, opening the drawers, things of that nature. But this is really important because this is the way that computers work, right? Computers work on this series of steps. They are incapable of thinking on their own. Computers, when you're a computer programmer, you need to tell the computer what to do. You need to tell it each individual step, even if it's a step that you might usually take for granted. So this is how you can start to sketch out an algorithm in terms of, accomplishing a task that you perform on a regular basis. These suggestions here: washing the dishes, frying an egg, getting into your car, waking up in the morning, maybe your morning routine, something along those lines, can be really valuable, right? But you want to make sure that you're very specific about every step that you actually need within reason, right? You could kind of keep going forever, right? I could say, before I need to do all of this, right, I need to go to the store and buy bread and buy peanut butter and buy jelly. But to go to the store, I need to get in my car, which is a whole process on its own, right? To have a car, right? To acquire a car is a process on its own. To have money to buy the peanut butter, the jelly, the car, the gas, etc. There's a whole set of steps for that. So try and keep your scope somewhat narrowed here, but understand, most importantly, that computers are unable to think for themselves, and it's really important that you be able to give them explicit steps that they can interpret and then execute, including little details that you might normally take for granted. I'm not going to write an algorithm here or a simple program for accomplishing a task. I'll leave that to you, but hopefully that makes a lot of sense and lays a good foundation for becoming a good computer programmer. And we will go ahead and look forward to seeing you in the next lesson about Python documentation.